Warning: the following presentation discusses content which may be disturbing to some viewers. If you are easily disturbed by discussions of suicide, mental health-related crises, or demonic possession, then please do watch another video. Preventative measures are in place to the best of Dakota Franson's ability to ward potential demonic threats and provide resources for those who struggle from thoughts of suicide. While guised in a manner meant to entertain the masses, these ventures are also efforts to raise awareness and comfort in talking of such matters so more lives can be saved.
Hello everyone, my name is Dakota Franson. I am the one and only specialist of the strange. By the time you're seeing this, it will be March 20th. And tomorrow, a new project I have been involved with launches. Those of you who've been following me for a while, or at least trying to, know that the action is kicked up. I have joined a new organization and was recently promoted to executive director. With it, I learned new tricks to handle the unknown, make connections with some of the most incredible people I've ever met, and literally been handed things I have been working for since I started this journey. The feeling is indescribable. To know that finally something that I've been wanting for so long has finally come to light. And it's been an utter privilege to become a part of that journey. To take it and make it my own even. And that is why you will see my friends from Parachills and Parathrills be mentioned in these projects, because a lot of their goals just so happen to line up with mine. And while these have been some of the wackiest people I have met, I will not lie, these people have been the closest thing to family I've known in a long time. And with it, I hope to carry them with me and support them through my own actions as they have done for me. I started making these films before I joined, but the outcomes and the connections have made it to where, even though these films that I'm going to show you here today are of my own fruition, they are still very much a part of it. Before we go down that road, I'd like to introduce to you the first film, The Hunt for Olivia, which will be special extended edition than what you can find here on my YouTube channel. This was an attempt to make contact with something that changed my life. An attempt to make contact with a little girl who may be my daughter from the future, and the archangel who brought her to me in order to keep me from ending my own life in a time of great crisis. Those times of crisis hadn't stopped there, but having those forces in my life kept me around, even in times where I didn't want to be. And sharing this story seems to help others. The Hunt for Olivia, the Paraflixx cut, will be premiering on a brand new streaming service, which already was named Paraflixx, when it launches tomorrow. Why don't you take a look at it and see what you think? But before I let you go on to that, know that everything you're about to see in this broadcast, well, let's just say there's going to be quite a bit that may be sensitive to some viewers. And please do reach out if you have thoughts of suicide. Or if you need help with a paranormal situation, get a hold of my friends at Paraflixx. We'll help you out. And especially if you've seen anything like what I'm about to show you. Because I would very much like to hear your story. Perhaps you're a little nervous. I know I was when I first started. So why don't I go ahead and shut up and let you take a peek into one of my very first origin stories. Now this house, I'm going to happens to be of importance to me.
It doesn't get easier the further I run.
It's the house where I grew up.
It gets harder to carry the weight of what I've
Two
done.
of my most life-changing moments took place.
From experience.
The first was me taking my own life and being brought back by the Archangel Michael, who introduced me to a little girl that may be my daughter I have got to have.
Seems to me a man can do
Honestly, I don't really care to come back to this town much. People aren't exactly very kind to outsiders. This is a heavily emotional case. It's preoccupied my mind for pretty much half my life. This was far from my first encounter with the supernatural. It certainly was the most important one. It took me years to figure something out. The lengths I've traveled, the people I've met. The further down I went, the more confusing the situation got. I still have no clue who her mother is. When my daughter came into my life, she opened a door to something that is still beyond explanation. Can you imagine what's going to happen when she's actually born? Okay, who was that? Did you just say God? Coming soon. I apologize for the tears. Seems like quite a few people who have been watching that trailer can't help themselves from crying. That's the point. It touches base on things deeply personal to me that affect who I am to this day. Had those things not happened, I don't know where I would have been. But it also opened my eyes to quite a bit. And here's the main presentation. I've been teasing for a while. I've been working on a new film meant to explore the growing rates of UFO reports and why so many UAP phenomenon, whatever you want to call them, dealing with extraterrestrial sightings, even abductions. Why do those sound similar to spiritual encounters? I'm here to offer you an exclusive glimpse into Bonds of Beyond. And you'll get to meet some more of my friends who have helped me build this journey. Let me know what you think. And be sure to sit back, because the clips I'm about to show you are from the first half hour of the film, before the real juicy bits come in. So stay tuned.
I believe that this nation should commit itself to achieving the goal of landing a man on the moon and returning him safely to the earth.
That has to change. Increasing NASA's budget.
Are we alone in the world? Is there life beyond death? Are there other beings out there in the cosmos? These questions and more have been pondered by mankind for as long as we can remember. Even today, with all of these paranormal reality shows, one has to wonder how much of it is real. What truly lies in creation. My name is Dakota Franson. 10 years ago, I took on my very first paranormal investigation. These events have intrigued me for as long as I can remember. As I grew older, I learned that things we deem supernatural have been waiting for me for a very long time. And the search for answers has been running through my blood for almost 400 years. Psychic powers, gods,
between the trees,
monsters,
something's moving between the trees.
Heaven, hell, even aliens, and everything in between. I've seen it all. The understanding of creation itself is within reach. If I disappear, that just means I found something I wasn't supposed to.
The Northern Lights have seen strange sights, but they have never seen stranger than me.
The entire time I was being followed. So then I get out my phone and I started videotaping, and I walked into the kitchen and I stopped and I said something along the lines of, I wish something would happen right now.
Kind of want something to happen.
And within 2 seconds, someone came and whacked my hand and flipped my phone.
I was about 14 years old, staring out the back door of my house, and along the fence line, we lived right near a alfalfa field. Along the fence line, there was this sudden metallic silver flash right along the fence line, and it went along for about 100 yards, and then all of a sudden it took straight up and gone. When I was about 16, and the policeman who lived next door saw it at the same time. Going along about across the field was this cigar-length thing that looked like to be almost a football field in length, and red at each end and black in the middle. It took off and went straight up. I was working on a farm, and all of the workers out there looked up, and all of a sudden this silver object circles them twice and then flies off. About 10 minutes later, there must have been 10 planes in the air, so it was going back and forth.
I was 12 years old, 1979. I was looking at the camp telescope, and all of a sudden I see some kind of light.
Specialist of the strange case number 001275. Codename, Vapula Rises. A young man, named Carl, out of Nevada reached out through social media for assistance on a large shadow dog stalking him. An anonymous user recommended subject seek out assistance from Dakota Franson. After a thorough evaluation, it was determined that the shadow dog was in fact a demonic presence slowly working to possess Carl. The demon was identified as Vapula, a Grand Duke of Hell. also believed to be a Nephilim. An exorcism procedure was planned and executed, with rather violent complications. Carl was recommended to a church therapist to deal with symptoms akin to withdrawals. Soon we learned the exorcism was not fully effective as Vapula attempted to exact his revenge by attempting to murder Dakota in his own home. Dakota was saved by the intervention of the Archangel Michael, confirming suspicions angels themselves can possess a human host under dire circumstances. When Carl was notified of Vapula's return, he soon passed away from suspected suicide.
It is no secret that mankind has always been curious about what's up in the sky. The UFO phenomenon is only the tip of the iceberg. With global disclosures coming from world governments, certainly makes you wonder, is something coming? In fact, where I'm standing right now, I am currently just off of Highway 93 between Filer and Twin Falls, Idaho. This is actually not too far from my own house. And as I was coming home from work one day, right over there, 2 unidentified flying objects. Now, this of course got me excited, because here I was thinking, ooh, yay, close encounter. But as soon as I got close, they disappeared. Those who I've told this story to provided their skepticism. Don't get me wrong. When you talk about subjects like this, it's unavoidable. They said, oh, Dakota, are you sure they didn't have any surveyors out where nobody was playing with their drones? No. Drones just don't up and disappear like that. Something was here. And if you thought 2020 was crazy, just imagine what might be coming.
Brilliant minds humanity has known. Voices in which we trust to influence the scientific interests within our children. That panel took place in the 1970s. The interview with Neil deGrasse Tyson took place in 2006, when publicly these subjects were still speculation. We're still in their infancy. But however, information that has been released within the last year, and things still to come, only give us more proof that something is out there. But how exactly would it work? In the search for extraterrestrial life,
Nation science has often found unfoldings, oftentimes confirmed facts. Essentially stating that if there are, in fact, other extraterrestrial civilizations somewhere, this is the well, other develop. They don't have a solution that can venture out of artificial things themselves to succeed in actually trying to utilize things that they know people cannot collect. When it comes to those definitions. But when it comes to dealing with life from other worlds, the government takes one look at some declassified documents out here talking about UFO phenomenon. In fact, look at right here. It states something very simple. People who actually have resources and time to use these events are coming up with very simple solutions. So what does that mean? First off, if we take away the science fiction aspects when it comes to parallel worlds, multiple dimensions, we utilize definitions often stated by mathematicians and physicists. It actually works out a lot better than most reals. And what it does, these subjects are subjects that our mind cannot easily comprehend.
Yes, I know. Gee, Dakota, you're fast forwarding an awful lot. You really didn't think I was going to show you all the good stuff, now was I? This is only meant to be a special preview. Those of you who made it this far, trust me, more goodies are coming. Just wait. Just wait.
You have to build life stations. You have to find pressure to person being hurt. You have to find you have to. It's also the shit. Also, factors making sure you set up, manage from that. Right? We'll get to high enough measure level shots. There's nothing we need to take into consideration. In our world, there is poorly drawn in here. We have a solid body transfer right and there is allow us to have solid form into that. So it goes into the world. You at least 6 minutes. At least 6 minutes. You give us you. Much like be yeah. Because the matters, watch Mars, and the closest. So this is have to use if has the just like instructions if are in fact. It's like so level. Trying to find we have things like shapes, some lights nowhere, which shows like anomalies, temperature anomalies, all these first don't make it it's impossible to build social radar that's listening to the environmental changes that come with because we have legendary sites, we have things seem low, we have which has temperature changes. And mention that part. You just need to listen to something.
So that's the case. What the hell does that mean?
Pardon me, Mr. Franson.
Yeah.
There is an incoming message from John.
Really? Why is he getting a hold of me?
He says he has information for you in regards to it, sir.
I'll be right back.
February 13th, 2021. While attending a live stream broadcast with the Global Investigations team, Paraflixx, an entity which was the focus of investigations, had attacked high-ranking members across 3 countries. Even though the incident is wiped from the Paraflixx records for the protection of the team, it can be confirmed to potentially be the first ever documented case of an international demonic possession. The official investigation into the entity was terminated, but due to Dakota Franson's personal history, the battle has yet to end.
There's attack. I think I try to do a live stream online, just talk about some operations, and I'm not going to off. Something wrong, something's back. Please, I don't have a system. That theory doesn't make it possible, but see, I'm full, it's literally my body. I'm sorry, I'm just... Never find a supervisor after that. Anybody can get their hands on. Honestly, nobody touched on Paraflixx. And certainly came when the attack took place. This thing started by hitting members in the UK. Why I chose that? I don't know. Maybe it's honorable. I was the first one to realize that something was going on. Activity hadn't taken place. One of the first attacks in the UK, I'm in the US. I was the one to reach out to and started coughing blood. Shortly after that, members reported that she's feeling choked, losing air, and had showers her. And finally, the rest of the attack. It was just that the members it made it possible to take more than there. The recording from the Necrophonic app took place the morning of the attack. This thing was planned. I have a rough idea of what it is, of why it did what it did, but I need to go deeper. Because this showed things that still completely baffle me. In case any of my team members, my friends, the family I have come to know in Paraflixx are seeing this, I'm sorry. But being the fact that this thing isn't afraid to attack children,
In fact, it makes a point to attack children, I can't walk away. And you can see it for yourself. This thing was afraid of me. Why? I don't know. Maybe it's the fact that it seems like I have heaven on speed dial. More work's to be done in this case. But in regards to what I'm putting together right now, here, in this moment, this attack offered up a glimpse into something that I've been wondering about. Spirits, UFOs. All things considered, I honestly can't tell if it opens up innovation or annihilation. Trust me when I say that this film took a turn. Some things happened when I was trying to put it together while collaborating with Paraflixx that changed everything. And I'm going to apologize to members of Paraflixx right now. We agreed to walk away, even though the live broadcast in question is still available on YouTube at the time of this recording. But my personal connections to the case, I'm just going to say it, I'm going to be too stubborn to walk away from it, knowing that children are affected by this thing. And the reason why I started posting about it on my social media was to gather information for a new film that meant to focus on the message of seeking help for mental health related issues before you become something else. You want to see what I'm talking about? Here's an exclusive, never before seen preview. Call it a teaser if you like. For Lord of Shadows. This case got dangerous, I'll admit. And once again, I'll apologize to my family from Paraflixx, who may be offended by the notion that I continue hunting this thing. It is not an act of insubordination. It's standing for what's right. And maybe, just maybe, turning this story into something that can help even more people. I included the logos for Paraflixx and the graphic design little sister that is now run off on her own, Paraflixx, as part of a product placement test, to which I would like to offer a spot to you all. If you would like help promoting your channel, your website, podcast, whatever, you give me a shout. Because I'm going to be looking for product endorsements, because I want to help out more people. There's a lot of individuals who are looking to get their start, and there's no better marketing than showbiz. And let me know. You may even find some of the listings out there on social media. Hell, if you want, you can take a look at my Amazon wish list and help me acquire some of the new equipment I'm looking to get. I'll admit there's a few things on there that are meant for other projects, but the offer still remains. You help me, I'll help you, and we'll grow this thing together. Since joining Parachills, I'll admit things have blown up way further than I expected, and I can say in confidence that many of my friends at Parachills would agree to that notion. The plot's about global domination and helping as many people as we can. So, that's all I have to say for today. Here in a little bit, stick around for those of you who may be dealing with thoughts of suicide. An international listing of phone numbers will appear. Stick around for a little bit. If you haven't noticed throughout this broadcast, I've been available to chat on my YouTube and TikTok pages. I'll also try to keep an eye on things through Instagram and Facebook, but I'm just one man. My name is Dakota France, and I am the one and only specialist of the strange. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you check out Parachills, Parathrills, and Paraflixx, as well as my other ventures. You'll be able to check them out all in the description, whether through my flow page or through a long, annoying list of links. I know it can be a headache, but trust me, every little bit of it is worth it. And I want to make sure that you all can get the most out of it as well. I'll see you on the other side.
presentation will be restarting shortly. We hope you enjoyed this project and join the cause. For those of you just joining, welcome.